Excellent, we're at episode number 3 now, so thanks for watching and thanks also to everyone who's subscribed so far. Alright mate, we've got a lot of news in Formula 1, testing's finished.
Yes.
There's been a few days in Jerez and I think McLaren and Renault, the usual suspects, have been going well again in Jerez.
Yeah, not surprising there, Pep. Using last year's car, they've got that much data on Jerez as it is anyway, but yeah, the usual suspects are doing what we thought they'd all do. Yeah,
well, there was like 3 more days and Toyota had the circuit to themselves for one day. You know, who cares? They're on their own. But it was a good effort by the usual suspects, and I think it just shows that you know, Renault, Ferrari, McLaren, they're all doing pretty well in the testing. They're all showing, you know, their speed for next year.
Yeah, and as we discussed in our last podcast, it was more tyre testing than anything and trying out some of the younger drivers. But at the end of the day, the quickest 3 cars from the season ended up pretty much up near the top of the timesheet, so no surprise there. But we've wrapped up testing now for 2006 and on to next year.
Yeah, it's all done now. I mean, in that last week there was Marco Andretti and there was also Sebastien Bourdais who tested, and neither of them, you know, really did fantastic times, but you know, as we said in the last podcast, it was good to see those names, you know, maybe Bourdais getting a chance at Andretti at one point, so it was good to see those guys in the car.
Definitely, and I think it's long overdue that Bourdais was back in a Formula 1 car testing.
Yeah, it's been a couple of years, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has, and he's made his mind up. He'd love to go to Formula 1 at some given stage, but is not willing to give up his current drive in the Champ Car Series with the top team, Newman Haas.
Yeah.
Not prepared to give them up for a mediocre drive in Formula 1. And I can't really blame him, but then again, some critics might say, well, he's got to do his time and he's got to learn how to drive a Formula 1 car, and that's true. But the fellow's had a lot of experience in Champ Car, three-time champion.
A Frenchman, so you know, he's a European, he's a Frenchman, he's won it 3 times. Yeah, well, testing's done now, so we won't be doing any more testing until next year, and then the cars will be released, the 07 cars.
Yeah.
But
cannot wait.
Yeah, let's talk about that actually, the next year's cars, because there's going to be a couple of livery changes actually. ING are going to be sponsoring Renault.
That's true.
So no more Mild 7, no more...
Which disappoints me because the Renault is beautiful and the livery is beautiful. I mean, let's face it, the sky blue and the yellow, oh, perfect.
Now being relegated to museums, now gone. ING, title sponsor, so that's going to be a whole new livery.
Yeah, it'd be weird seeing ING sponsoring a car. But then again, I guess you associate Formula 1 with money, so I guess that's probably a fair sponsor.
Okay, so Renault's got a livery change, but also now Honda have come out a couple of weeks ago now and said they're going to come out with a radical new livery.
Yes, no more Lucky Strike. Gone.
No more tobacco. Gone. So they've said actually in the recent days that there's a hint anyway that it could be a green livery, promoting the green, you know, environmental message. Where Honda, we're going to have a green car. So it's only a rumour at this stage.
Oh, perfect. The hybrid car, the whole green theme. Beautiful. Be interesting to see what sort of green they come out with. I mean, it wouldn't want to look too much like the old Jaguar.
Jaguar green a few years ago now, but they don't want to go there. You're right. It has to be a totally different green. It can't be a British racing green.
I wouldn't be surprised if they take a leaf out of McLaren's book. When McLaren had that stunning silver car this year. Could you picture that with a light green tinge in it? Maybe, maybe not, but I think that would probably send a pretty green message. I think it'll be pretty dazzling. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Well mate, one piece of F1 news this week was that Clay Regazzoni passed away, so we have to pay homage to Clay, the Swiss-born driver who actually won, let me see here, 5 Grand Prix, but never won the title.
No.
And raced in the 70s and the 80s. Yep.
He was Swiss, but he was born on the border of Switzerland and Italy, where in his part of Switzerland it was well known that it was the Italian border, they spoke Italian. And that was wonderful because the Italians at Tifosi, they took Clay as an Italian as opposed to a Swiss. They loved him. Yeah. It was great. It was good.
On the border, right there.
Right on the border.
Yeah. And he had an accident, of course, an auto accident, but I think they've said that he had a heart attack or something else happened rather than just a crash. So yeah, respect to Clay, you know.
Yeah, big it up, Clay.
Yeah, good
respect.
Hello, Clay. Yeah. Okay, and going back to current Formula One news, Heikki Kovalainen has spoken to someone this week and said that he is totally undaunted. He's confident for next year. I guess he's saying, I can beat Fisichella, I'm going to be a race winner, I'm going to have an excellent season, so watch out everyone. And all power to him. I mean, one thing about being in Formula One is you have to have the confidence to win races.
I think he's been eating bravado soup.
Bravado soup.
Bravado soup. To turn around and say that I'm undaunted by stepping into the seat of a dual world champion, and I find that undaunting. I think it's a pretty ballsy comment, but I think it's exactly what Flavio and the sponsors would want to hear.
Yeah.
I'd be daunted. I don't know about you. It's hard enough winning one world championship, but winning two on the trot when one M. Schumacher Esquire was racing against you, it's a pretty difficult thing to do. And,
he's never started a race. He's never actually begun a Grand Prix race. And I know he's quick, and I think he's going to do very well, of course, but he needs to understand that it's going to take a little while, aka Kubica. You can impress, but you ain't going to necessarily start winning races straight away.
Yeah, and I agree with that, and I can't really blame Heikki for saying that. He's a new kid on the block. Again, he's no slouch in the car. I mean, in the junior Formula A, he's done nothing but excel. He deserved his seat. I think it's a masterstroke from Flav, having Fizzy, the old hand, teach Heikki what it's all about in Formula One. But what would you expect the kid to say? I mean, he's hardly going to go out and say, well, you know, I'm in a top team, but I'm just going to, you know, see how I go and feel my way around. The kid's
as I said, he's really confident. He's confident. And actually, Mario Theissen has come out this week and said that Kubica has really pushed Nick Heidfeld and made him go faster.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that comment.
I'm a big fan of Kubica's. I've always been a big fan of his.
I'd be scared if this rookie Polish kid came into my team and was consistently putting in faster and faster laps. I'd as the incumbent older driver or the first driver, it'd want to make me go quicker, because if not, you can kiss next year's ride goodbye, kiddo.
Well, Nick's no longer one of the young guns in Formula One. He's actually getting on quite a lot. His number of Grand Prix is getting way up there, still below Jenson Button in terms of going Grand Prix without race wins. But Nick really needs, if his career is going to blossom, he really needs to move it along.
He needs to fit into his nickname of Quick Nick.
He needs to be quick.
He's got to...
Well, mate, we've come to the end of another podcast, number 3.
Number 3, awesome.
So our last one of the year. Thanks very much for joining us, and thanks to you, Max.
Mate, thank you, Pep. I've really enjoyed myself.
It's been great.
It's been great doing it with you. I hope you guys out there have enjoyed watching our podcasts.
Well, we're going to be back next year. There's going to be some car releases and some more testing. So we look forward to giving you all the updates and information then. So thanks very much for watching, and we also want to say thanks to the subscribers and those who have left comments. Much appreciated.
Yeah,
it's been
absolutely.
great. Yeah.
It's been good, guys, and we look forward to getting back to all of those people who post comments, both positive and negative. We don't mind. We're happy to respond, and thank you very much for your feedback. Look forward to seeing you in 2007.
Okay, see you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.